6'5", number 12, Greg Johnson. The other forward, 6'8", number 18, Keyshawn Moore. At center, 7 foot even, number 20, Alex Sarr. And just here in Washington, it's Brian Peete. Once again, the starter for your Washington Wizards.
So a look at our starters for the Heat. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Powell, then it's Davion Mitchell, and it's Larson in at the 2. And for the Wizards, we've got Bilal Coulibaly, also Johnson out there, Sarr out there with Keyshawn George, and it's Champagnie at the 4-man position. Legs, were past the halfway point of the season. Some teams starting to run out of time as far as their postseason hopes.
Well, Brian, the play-in will give teams more hope as the season winds down. But if you're in that bottom third of the league in terms of record at this point, it may be time to turn your attention to the draft.
Can be tough on a player, too, to try to finish out a season that way.
Boy, it really is.
6 on the shot clock. Johnson inside. Check by Mitchell. The shot by Johnson, no good. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Heat. A tough loss coming against Boston in their last game.
No excuse for losing one like that. I mean, you have to commit to playing hard throughout the entire game.
Now here's Mitchell to the paint. And Adebayo with the basket on the assist by Mitchell.
And that is just focus on the rim as you see Adebayo having success inside even against the strong defense.
And he gets the bucket.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
Powell outside. Pass to Adebayo. Unable to get that one. Good D by Sarr. And it's Wizards ball. This, their first look at this year's Miami squad.
These teams split the season series last year, neither making an impact in the conference overall.
A tremendously mobile 7-footer. Great defensive upside, Tim, for Alex Sarr.
And he's still working on his offensive game, BA, but he has the potential to be a disruptive defensive force with his length and agility. Wow, you see the strength right there. Adebayo relishes finishing right through the defense.
Free throw, no good for Adebayo. And no question, Bam Adebayo, one of the best all-around big men in the league.
Yeah, even as his efficiency has waned just a bit in recent years, he remains steady Eddie on a nightly basis. A two-way player who gives you a little of everything.
Now here's Johnson, making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. The shot misses. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Brian Keefe and I were able to chat. Like everyone, he's impressed with Adebayo's relentless nature. He said, quote, "We have to match his intensity at both ends, trying to keep him off of the glass and trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Coach knows they can do it for stretches, but he wonders if they can do it for a full game." Guys, back to you.
Allie, thank you. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
To the middle. Stolen by Sarr. Mitchell against Johnson. Champagnie, the pass to George. Rebound Miami.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Shot from 12. And again, no good by Miami. The Wizards have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Pass to Champagnie. George against Powell. Takes one from 10 feet, and that one's long. The Heat on offense. Wiggins passes to Mitchell. Here's Adebayo. The kick out to Wiggins. From downtown. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Well, if you give Wiggins enough space, he will take and make those type of shots. Very decisive out there.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And over the last 10 games, here's a look at the teams that have been putting up the most points. Number 1, the Heat.
This team has been on an absolute tear offensively. It seems like they're able to find a shot every trip down.
And Washington has possession. They trail by 3. Sarr with a screen on Wiggins. George outside. Pass to Coulibaly. Clock at 4. Here's Johnson. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
Well, the defense was solid right there, but that's just a missed opportunity at the rim.
Adebayo, a screen on George. Shoots it from the high post. Miami moving it around. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. And finished off by Adebayo.
Yeah, that's nice work right there. He sets the screen, and then Adebayo just finds that open space to be effective with the ball.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, the Wizards stacking talented young players and draft assets. Not only that, they'll have a ton of cap space next season, which they will likely not use to sign a star free agent, but rather to absorb contracts in exchange for, you guessed it, more draft picks. This front office is continuing to think long-term, guys.
Priority straight. All right, Shams, appreciate the report. Powell's shot is off.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
And the jam by George.
Not only is Sarr a willing passer, he's a very skilled passer as well.
Powell sets a screen. Wiggins outside. With the 10-footer. Misses off the right iron. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to George. There's the triple. The rebound by Wiggins.
Yeah, this quarter has just been a struggle for him offensively.
Here's Powell. It's Wiggins on the wing. Now here's Adebayo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Adebayo's got 8. Bam Adebayo has been leading the charge for the Heat. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back with you shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Miami.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
And you can't overlook what they've done in the paint as well. A huge part of their success in this one.
Setting the floor for Miami. We've got Kel'el Ware, Yakachonis out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then there's Simone Fontecchio, and it's Jovic in at the 4 slot.
And that is a high-quality shot. You will take it every time from that close.
Pass to Fontecchio. Outside Jaquez. Here's Yakachonis. Takes the 3. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball. Let's see the stat sheet here for him. Gills checked in for Washington. And we played through the first minute here in the second. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, the Miami Heat's head coach Eric Spoelstra talked about their approach, and he said, you got to try to take control of the game, set the tone, and play consistently throughout. Everybody's trying to do the same thing. It's who can impose their will longer than the other team. Guys, back to you.
He knows his stuff. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Here's George. He's been contributing over 15 a game. They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. Can't tie it up. That one misses. And it's Jaquez with the ball for the Heat. 3-point lead. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. Pass to Champagnie. Inside. Rebound Miami. Size and shooting touch always in demand, Legs, and two things that Keyshawn George possesses.
Yeah, he's an interesting combination because he grew up playing point guard but hit a growth spurt later on. So he's got the vision and ball handling skills of a point, but now he's adding that scoring prowess of an off guard.
A player to watch for sure.
No doubt.
Now here's Carrington. No points yet, and he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. The Wizards making a switch here. Sarr's checked in, and Miami with a change here too. Wiggins is checked in. Heat leading by 3. Now Mitchell. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
And he promoted team chemistry. That's how you do it, by moving the ball.
Here's Wiggins, and that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And the athletic platform for Andrew Wiggins. Tim, it is top tier.
Yeah, B.A., it's rare to see him overmatched from a physical standpoint. The #1 overall pick in 2014. He's never been a consistent star, but at his best, he can play with anyone in this league.
Now here's Sarr. His offense has been fantastic, averaging just over 17 a game. And Carrington, here we go. Larson with a rebound. The Heat have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Wiggins outside to the inside. Larson with the bucket. And it's an 8-point Heat lead.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Pass to Champagnie. Outside Coulibaly, and play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
And that is his 3rd foul of the half. Now they've got to make a tough decision.
Johnson, he's checked in for Champagnie. And Miami also making a switch. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Ware. Mitchell, the pass to Wiggins. Down low, Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
And one thing about this league we know, momentum can change in an instant.
Now here's Carrington. No points so far. Here's Sarr. They can't stop the run with that one. Heat leading by 10. Pass to Mitchell. Here's Larson. Puts it up. Good. And the assist goes to Adebayo. Larson's gotten 4 this quarter.
For a center, Adebayo is an excellent passer. He's always so aware of his surroundings.
Now Sarr, hounded by Adebayo. Fades back. Shot's good by Sarr. Sarr's gotten his first points in this one.
Well, the defense has no one to blame but themselves there. Another open look.
Adebayo, a screen on Coulibaly. Pass to Larson. And here's Wiggins. Off the mark there with a 3. And even as the Heat look to go younger, this is not a team with an appetite for lengthy rebuilds, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. But one advantage they possess, when star players around the league ponder a change of scenery, Miami certainly has some great views.
Now here's Carrington. Shot clock at 3. Adebayo with a steal. Here's the break. And there's Wiggins. That's good. On the assist from Powell. Wiggins has got 8.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. And 1:01 left to play in the first half. Pass to Carrington. It's George on the wing. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Powell passes to Adebayo, and finished off by Adebayo.
And scoring is not always his primary responsibility, but this has been Adebayo's night, and they will take it.
Now here's Johnson. 29 seconds left to play in the second quarter. 5 to shoot. The Wizards need to get off a shot here. Sarr misses.
Well, they did a great job putting a body on him, and they didn't allow him to convert.
Adebayo passes to Mitchell. Back to Adebayo, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Sarr. Just 4 seconds left in the first half of this one. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Miami going into the break up 12. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Coach Spoelstra. Coach, where's your team getting its confidence and energy from in that first half?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of it off our defensive stops, and then once we got into a rhythm, then started to, just make some tough ones, which sometimes happens when you see the ball go in.
Defense set the tone, though. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our midseason Eastern Conference standings.
You take a look at the Heat, they've been stuck in the middle tier. Not good enough to challenge for a chip, but not bad enough to get a high draft pick. They're really going to need their young guys to take a step forward in their development.
And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first half performance for the Miami Heat.
The way they have owned the paint, not only will they win the game, they might not even sweat in the fourth quarter.
Good news is we have great AC here in the studio, so we never have to sweat.
It's so cool in here.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by Bam Adebayo.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
There are some big-time players in this league. But who do you think the most clutch players have been over the past decade, Legs?
When you look at these resumes, I think you go with the big three, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. But, of course, Giannis dropping 50 in a finals performance wasn't bad either.
And I'll throw in the Joker in there as well.
Love it.
They've got Johnson. He's out there with Bilal Coulibaly. Keyshawn George is out there with Alexander Sarr. And it's Champagnie at the power forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. Pass to Powell. 6 to shoot. Now here's Mitchell, covered by Johnson. And that one's good. Mitchell.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Johnson passes to Sarr. Here's Champagnie, hounded by Wiggins. Washington moving the ball around. Now George. To the right side. Here's Sarr. It's hauled in by the Heat.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Wiggins outside. Here's Larson, covered by Johnson. It's Adebayo, high post. It's blocked.
What I like about Sarr as a shot blocker, he can do it anywhere on the floor.
Just a superb read on defense to come up with the block.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Just over a minute and a half played in the third. It's good.
Third quarter off to a great start offensively. That's 3 of their first 4 they've made.
And Tim, some have said that the hardcore Heat culture doesn't work in today's league.
Well, there certainly is a different mindset in the modern player. And the Heat organization was always known for working players the hardest. But now they have to ease back, but still be tougher than most.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, Bam Adebayo is big time. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, quote, the way he's worked over the years to add to his game has been incredible. He's one of the best passers on the team, and he's not afraid to take the shot in a big moment. He cares deeply about improving, and you see it in the results of his work. Back over to you guys.
High praise. Allie, thank you. Now here's Mitchell. A 17-point lead, their biggest. Here's Larson. The three-pointer off the mark. For Washington, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Stolen by Wiggins. Mitchell finds Powell. Now here's Wiggins. Fader on the way. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound. And for the Wizards, they're shooting 32% for this game. Not what they're hoping for. It's Sarr, high post. Wiggins on him. To stop the drought. And the layup by Sarr. Sarr's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, you just cannot let Sarr get that ball inside.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Heat. And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Carrington, he's checked in for Washington. Jaime Jaquez has checked in for Miami. And let's quickly glance at who in this year's rookie class is leading their group in blocks this season. Alex Sarr on top.
Most rookies who block a lot of shots also have a hard time staying on the floor. He's been disciplined and he's been good.
Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Jaquez, the pass to Mitchell. Here's Wiggins. Launches a three. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to Carrington. They set the pick. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. All right, now a chance to examine the rebounding numbers over the past few months for Khalil Ware.
And the last couple of months, the rebounding totals have taken a bit of a dive for him. Let's see if he can refocus and put more effort on the glass.
Here's Mitchell. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. A minute 58 left to play in the third. Adebayo, a screen on Johnson. Pass to Adebayo. Stolen by Sarr. And finished off by Adebayo.
And that one's on the defense right there. If you let Adebayo get this close, he will punch it on you.
And the defensive versatility of Bam Adebayo is special, Tim.
Yeah, B.A., he can guard 1 through 5, and his offensive game is also versatile. You think about how far he's come since he was drafted. He is a testament to work ethic.
Adebayo sets a screen. 1:16 left in the third quarter. Just 5 on the clock. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Adebayo's got 16 points.
Well, they're winning this game in large part due to how efficient he's been, and it's why they'll continue to go to him.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. So both teams making some changes here. 1:05 left in the third quarter. Russell deciding where to go with it. Over Yakichonis. Washington again can't hit. Heat leading by 19. Pass to Fontecchio. And here's Adebayo. Clock at 6. Itaquez on the wing. Here's Iaquinconis. Some solid defense from Russell. For Washington, they've gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Carrington. Now Johnson. He's guarded by Fontecchio. Outside Johnson. And the 3 off target. And so it's Miami up 19 points as the quarter comes to a close. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. Back to the game after this break. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
I just love the way he plays. He does a great job of making everyone around him better.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth quarter. Iaquinconis out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Khalil Ware. Then it's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Jovic in at the 4.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Now here's Powell, covered by Carrington. Powell surveying the D. On the take. Yep, count it.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Wizards trail by 19. Pass to Vukcevic. Here's Riley. Jaquez covers. The 3 is up. Riley, good.
Well, you can't ignore someone like that on the perimeter. If he gets a good look, he is going to knock it down.
Up top, Powell. Covered by Carrington. Beyond the arc. And that one's good. Jovic. Jovic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Now here's Russell. Pass to Carrington. The 3. Rebounded by Jovic. Miami leading by 19. The drive by Powell. And Powell with the stuff.
Well, he is really filling it up, but also keeping others involved.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Miami.
I mean, they play some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
And the relentless pace has really taken a toll on the opposition.
Sars checked in for Washington. And Miami with a change here, too. Wiggins, he's checked in for Jovic. And that one misses. And, Legs, you think back to a few decades ago, we had some fierce rivalries in this league. What constitutes a rivalry nowadays?
Well, B.A., it's much more difficult to find those long-term heated rivalries like years past, and that's primarily because of the parity and player movement that we have in the league now.
Russell, that's good.
Yeah, inside the paint, Russell stays so nimble, helping him get such a high percentage look.
There's a screen by Wiggins. For 3, Powell. Washington with a rebound. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. George passes to Russell. And despite the NBA's popularity, some folks criticizing the wide-open style of play.
Yeah, you know, B.A., some of the artistry is lost when guys are mostly hunting for open threes. But for some teams like the Celtics and Warriors, that's been a championship-winning formula And, well, we all know it's a copycat league.
Well, Grant, this is the third season under this front office for the Wizards.
And bringing experience from years working for the Oklahoma City Thunder, their commitment level to building the right way is rock solid.
Well, look at Wiggins year after year showing up and getting it done. Really a solid career and has some big-time highlights sprinkled throughout.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Champagnie, he's checked in for Vukcevic. Coulibaly comes in for Carrington. And it's Johnson in for Russell. Now here's George. Here's Champagnie. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Outside Adebayo. Here's Larson. Coulibaly defending. Powell outside. From deep. Rebounded by Champagnie.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Washington moving the ball around.
The Frenchman, s'il vous plaît. Taking flight. You gotta like Sarr.
Outside Wiggins. Now here's Mitchell. Adebayo, a screen on Johnson. The drive by Mitchell. Here's Powell.
Loose ball. Loose ball. Going the other way.
Wizards trail by 18. Outside Johnson. Now Coulibaly. Sarr with it. Outside Coulibaly. They set the pick. Johnson fires. Ooh, the three doesn't go.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Adebayo! Rebounded by Sarr. Washington has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Heat.
I think it was their play in the paint that got them the win tonight.
And the defense seemed powerless to stop them down low, resulting in plenty of high percentage shots for them.
And this will give them their 28th win of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Bam Adebayo.
Well, he had a lot of success making plays for his team and breaking down the defense.
Here's Riley. From 12 feet out. Oh, it's off. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ware in the post.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Winning away from home takes nerve and great discipline. Kudos to them.
And there's the screen. Here's Russell. That shot, no good. Nice D from Ware. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
Here's Jaquez. So it's the Heat winning this one easily. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, I'm here with Bam Adebayo. Bam, your energy was felt tonight. How do you dig deep to give your team that boost?
Just sacrificing, just going out there, laying it on the line for my teammates, and just going out there and just, playing hard. That's what I do, and, it got contagious.
The hardest part is bringing that every game. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Bam Adebayo.